here. So there's a whole bunch of cars there. So I just got the 2015 T5 and the 2018 T5. You want to put the 2018 physics on the 2015, correct? So first thing you do, go to the folder. You gotta see there's no data folder here. So you come down here to the content manager and hit unpack data down here. And that creates the folder with the data in it. That's where all the physics reside. And then it's 2018 folder. Okay, it's already got the data folder. So we want to compare these here. See, data. All right. So first thing I do is I would go over here to your 2018 and take the arrow INI brakes. You're going to need to mess with that car INI, but I'll do that later. These are just ones that'll just transfer right over. I'll look at that later. Electronics engine. All the RTOs. All the LUTs. RTO, LUT. Shit. Trying to select a bunch of stuff at once sucks. Ionize those two, the brakes. Shit. RTO. Suspension, definitely need that one for later. I'll get to that in a minute. More LUTs, tires, and all these LUTs. Alright, copy them, paste them over here, and just replace anything it wants you to. Alright. Okay. So now come back and you want to see car INI. And you don't want to just copy the whole car INI over because there's a bunch of stuff that's different, It'll start calling the 215, it'll start calling the 2018, stuff like that. And you can see all the graphic offsets look different. That's how the body sits on the wheels, the pitch of the body, all that stuff is different. So you want to leave that. Total mass, you definitely want to make this total mass the same as the 2018. Let's see, inertia, 1.951. That's changed too. Just going to grab that whole line. This isn't hard, it's just time consuming. The graphics, you want to leave that alone because it's graphics for the 2015. Controls, you want it to be the same as the other one, it's got to be the same. Steering assist 94. 180, 17, 216. Fuel consumption, it's up to you. It's how much it burns. Fuel, max fuel, a little bit different. But we're going to make this one just like the 2018, right? So, tanks, same. Pickup heights, same. Rules, same. Pit stop stuff, same. Alright, that's good for the car, and I save that. Close that. Don't need the colliders, don't need the damage. The dash can, nope. Digital, don't think so. Driver, drivetrain, definitely want to make sure they have the same drivetrain. Might be able to copy this whole file. Right, rear wheel drive, differential, gearbox, clutch. Yeah, you just go ahead and copy the whole drivetrain INI. Place. DR. These cars have DRS. I'm not familiar with these cars at all, but like I said, you can do this to any of them. So they're different. So I don't know if it uses it or not, but we'll make it the same, so it's the same. Okay, electronics. Yep, you need to do that. You could probably just copy the electronics INI. Hertz. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to copy the whole electronics. Engine, did I do that already? Anyway, you want the same physics, so I'm just going to copy the engine INI. Paste that. ESC mode, not even sure what that is. It's the same, good. Sometimes these data files, the folder, will have a whole bunch of stuff in here that's really not used. Some stuff is has to be there, like suspension. Was it suspension INI? Suspension graphics. It'll be blank, but it has to be in there, I think, or it'll crash. But anyway, getting back up here, we did engine. LODs, this is what was crashing your other one. If you just copied the LODs, if you copied this LOD file over, it would look, this one's looking for URD T5, KN5, and this one here is looking for LOD0, KN5. So you can't just copy that over there because that'll break it. Mirrors, that's power, did that. Ratios, did that. Setup, INI. We're just going to take the whole setup INI from this one. Copy. Paste. Replace. Sounds. Suspensions. This is important. You don't want to just copy. I mean, since these cars are basically identical, you could just copy the whole thing, but like right here, if you're doing two cars, like you could put F1 physics onto this car if you felt like it. But when you get to the suspension INI, see wheelbase has to be the same, or the original car has to stay the same as it was, because there's no graphic offset or any way to fake the wheelbase. That's how far apart the front wheel is from the back wheel. And if you copied this from like a Formula One or some other car that wasn't similar, the whole file, then you get in the game and the wheels would, one of the wheels would be up by by the bumper or something, and you can't adjust that. So it has to be the same, and it is on these. So that's good. Uh, Roll bars are different. All this stuff down here makes a difference. The rod links on how the car handles, all this stuff makes a difference. The camber, this is all how the car sits before you start adjusting on it. Uh, so many, I have no clue what all this is, but it all matters as far as the handling. So we're going to leave everything, actually. The big one, the wheelbase is the same, so I can do it. The location, the center of gravity is the same. So what I want to do, I'm just going to copy the whole file, okay? But down here where it says graphic offsets, see they're all zeros right now. Sometimes when somebody does a car, the wheels, you can fudge the wheel width, how far the wheel sticks out into the fender well, and as well as the brake caliper. So if this one had a bunch of different numbers to make it right, like, 0.2, 0.4, whatever it was, and you just copied the whole thing over there, and it overrode it with what theirs was, it would look jacked up. But it looks like both of them are zeros, so you can go ahead and just copy this. I'm just going to copy the whole suspension INI. Other things affect that too, though, like all these numbers here, and these rod links, and tops, and front rears, and all this stuff. It can affect how the wheels look as far as their positioning. So this might jack it up, but we'll check it and see when we're done. But for now, we're just going to copy the suspensions and we're going to paste it over here and replace it. All right, we did the LUTs, throttle LUT, we did the tires, wing animations, wing animations. Looks the same. Inverted. I have no clue what inverted does, but it's just for animation, so it should be fine. And it was both on wing 2. If you animate something and add a wing to it, there's usually has to have a LUT attached to it. And the arrow, somewhere up here in the arrow, it'll say something about a wing here. What is it? Wing 1. What was it? Wing 2, actually, that was animated. And it uses the wing rear LUT, but we already copied it, so we're good. And I think that's it. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, now you got all that crap over here in the data folder, and it's all been saved and brought over. Now you look down here and you see data ACD. Data ACD is everything that's in this data folder. Most cars don't even come with a data folder. It's all in the data ACD. And we made a bunch of changes here in the data. But when you load the game, first thing it looks for is data ACD. And that's what it goes off. So if we loaded it right now, nothing would change. We changed all that shit, and nothing would be different because it's going to read the original data ACD. So what you got to do is either delete this or change the name of it. I'll just change the name in case you want to go back to the original car. It's all right there. And then now it'll, when there's no data ACD for it to look at, it'll look to the data folder. And you can make a new data ACD as well if you want to, and then delete the data folder. But for now, we've changed the name of the original one so it doesn't see that, and we got all the crap we just did in the data folder. So we'll load up 2015 car. If you want to make a new data ACD, you hit pack data down here. And you do that last once you're done, happy with everything, and then you can delete the data folder. And if you need all that data information again, then you just re-unpack it, you know. Nothing to it. Alright, so we'll reload it, make sure it's good. We'll go in here to the showroom, make sure the car looks okay. So now, that's what the car looks like. Looks good. You go over here to align using data. Okay, so I like mine to, when I click align versus, when you hit align using data over here on the right, this is what it'll look like in the game. So the wheels look like they're sunken in a little bit from the fenders, and it adds camber a little bit, and there's no way to get rid of that. When you hit align data, the game takes over looking at the data from the folders, all them rod lengths and all that shit. So if it's got camber, it's got camber. There's no way to take the camber out of it unless you go into the setup and, you know, put in positive camber or whatever. So to make the car look right again, if it's way off, sometimes when you adjust all them rod lengths and shit, it'll really jack it up. You know, the wheels will be way sunken in, and it'll be like, what the hell is that? So, like I said, you can't adjust the distance apart that the wheels are. That's the track wheelbase number. So that's fine. But you can adjust how far they stick out of the fenders. And you can adjust the body, the pitch, and all that shit. How high off the ground the body is, all that good stuff. Does the body move any? Yeah, the body moves a little bit. I'm not going to mess with it. But I'll show you how to fix this part of it anyway. Let's see, go back to the folder, data. What was it? The wheels we're going to mess with. So the wheels are in the suspension INI. And we'll play with the right front. I don't know if I'm going to do them all, but I'll do the right front. So you go to the left front wheel. Left front wheel is 0.0. So I start off with a big number just so you can see it move. 0.9, and then save it. Okay, that's the wrong way. Okay, see, there's a negative right here, negative whatever. So I'll put it back to 0, and then I'll pop it back out, and then I'll take this. I want to move it the other way, right? So I'll take the negative away, and I'll try point. Let's move it out 0.3, and watch so you can see the left front wheel pop out when you do that. Boink. And you can click back and forth between the data to try and get it just about as close as you can. Like I said, the camera, there's nothing you're going to do about that. That's pretty close. It could probably come out a little further still. Maybe what's 0.5 look like? Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Is that too far? No, I think it's about right. So 0.5. I don't know what that did with the caliper. Some of these cars have, I don't even see a brake caliper. I see the disc, but sometimes it'll move. Sometimes if you have to move the wheel in, all of a sudden the caliper will be showing through the rim or something. So you'll have to come down here to the suspension and adjust that. And you can put this with that one if you want. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it do anything different, but oh well, actually it has. The caliper was gone, so now it's back. So anyway, 0.5, 0.05 seems to be the number. We'll do the left rear. Take away that minus 0.05. Do the same for the suspension on the left rear. 0.05. Alright, so that popped it all out there like it should be. This side, see how it's still sunken in? I'm not going to do this, but I'll show you in game so you can see what I'm talking about. So you just do that to all of them if you just want to save it. Then you're going to save this. I guess we already did. Alright. Seems to be the only, all the body. You would go to the, where in the world did I go? For the body changes, you'd go to the car INI, I think. Yeah. And what's the body doing? See, when you don't have aligned data, this is pretty much what it looks like in 3D Max when you have the model in the 3D program. And then when you click the thing, it's what all the data takes over. So it looks like the body's kind of rolled back a little lower in the back. So I'd go up here to the pitch. Where's the pitch rotation? 7. It's at 7. I'll go to 0. Like I said, I want to change it a lot so you can tell which way, because I don't remember which way it does what. 0. Save. Nothing changed. Am I on the right car? 2015. 2015. What was it, 0.07? Let me see what 0.9 does. Something ain't right. And those wheels are not the same now. They were poked out. What the hell's going on? Let me make sure I didn't screw something up here. Okay, 0.5, 0.5. So those are changed. So, go to the showroom here. Oh, this makes 0 sense. It's like it's reading the data ACD again. It is. What the hell happened? Check that out. I know I changed that to an org. Maybe when I hit this undo button, it changed it. But see what I'm saying? It's reading that data ACD, so nothing I did in that data folder is registering. So anyway, change that. Change that, and now let's see what happens. Now it looks right when you hit the line. Okay. These games, I'm telling you, man. I'm just going to start over, make sure I'm in the right fucking folder. These games will drive you crazy, I'm telling you. So I showed you how to do the wheels to get them right. Now we're going to do the body. And it's going to be the rotation. 0.9. So what does 0.1 do? Okay, that jacks it up pretty good. But not terrible. excuse me. Damn, it's a lot, man. 0.9. Yeah, it's rocked way back on the. Try 0.2. If you get it too close to the front up here, like see how the front is laying on that fender, on that wheel, on tire, might start poking through when you hit the brakes, but that looks good. Anyway, see that you get the hint, you get the idea. Play with them numbers until you get where you want them. And the offsets for this XYZ here, you can make the body tall, up high, down low, whatever. So that's how you fix the looks of it. And it's got the data on it for the 2018. We'll just make sure it loads everything. Come on, Bessie. And there it is. And all your setup stuff will be just like the 2018, whatever it had. You know. But let's see. And you can see the graphics that we did, the adjustments. See how those wheels are right out, the tires are right out even with the fenders almost? Because we fixed those. Over here, these are going to be sunken in still because we didn't fix that side. So, there she be. That's all she wrote. I guess that's it, man. Like I said, if that's how you wanted to keep it, everything was good. You got your old data here. You just, what I would do, keep the old data there, go down here and hit pack data, and that creates a new data ACD, right? Then you can go up here to the data folder and just delete it. You know, you want to keep everything clean. It's personal preference, whatever. So now this is the one that has the 2018, and if you wanted to go back to the original, then you know, change this one to like 2018, and then go back to the original one and hit make it data ACD again, and then now it's back to the original, and you can just switch them back and forth or whatever. Okay, doke. So have at it, my man. I think that's it. Take care.